Hello and good day to you all. The main purpose of this video is to, first of all, introduce myself. Secondly, introduce what this channel will be used for going forward, what information is going to be shared, what videos are going to be done, and what particular cryptocurrencies. And also I'm going to answer the question I guess all of us get asked from time to time, why cryptocurrency? So very briefly, just to introduce myself, I know many people that have been watching my videos over the years will already know, but for new people that might be watching this channel, I have been involved in cryptocurrency space since the end of 2015, back when Bitcoin was about $350. Of course, since then it went to an all-time high in excess of $20,000 and currently sits just under $13,000. Also at the time, the likes of Ethereum was quite new at that stage. It was about $7. It went to an all-time high of $1,440 and currently sits just over $400. So an awful lot has happened during that 5 years within the cryptocurrency space. It's been an extremely interesting time within cryptocurrency. We've had the likes of 2017, which would probably be best known for the ICOs. It was a really wild time within the cryptocurrency space, and a lot of people within the space made a lot of money during that time. Of course, it moved into to January of 2018 when most cryptocurrencies and tokens reached their all-time high. But 2018 will probably be remembered for it being a very significant bear market and a real readjustment in cryptocurrency prices. Since then, 2019 and into this year, we've seen it generally stabilizing, but there has been many amazing new concepts, new tokens, new coins that have come into the market. Some, of course, are really good, and some are, of course, not so good. But certainly during that time for me, and I know for a lot of people, there has been some huge wins, some big losses, some hard lessons, some great times. But overall, it's been just such an interesting space to be involved in. So what I want to do moving forward from here is with this channel, and with this video, I want to show you what I want to cover in this channel. And doing that, I'm going to start by answering a question I'm sure anybody that's been in cryptocurrency for any length of time has been asked by people who are looking at cryptocurrency and not really sure what it's all about. That question is pretty much, why cryptocurrency? So there's many really positive answers to why cryptocurrency. I suppose for the people that are used to the normal banking situation, transactions within your own country can take 24 hours, maybe longer. Internationally, it can take 3, 4, 5 days. And sometimes, depending on the size of the transaction, where you're sending it to in the world, it can actually take a couple of weeks, which when you get used to cryptocurrency, just seems outrageous and quite silly. In cryptocurrency, why cryptocurrency? Well, in cryptocurrency, as most will know here, you can transact in sub 2 seconds with quite a few cryptocurrencies, meaning you can make that transaction now, and within 2 seconds the receiving party will have already received it and be able to use it themselves. That is just a giant leap forward from what we've been used to within the banking sector. Of course, it tends to be far cheaper. Again, with many cryptocurrencies, can be just a few cents. So it's faster, it's cheaper. You don't have a banking system in between. You can send money peer-to-peer, i.e. just person to person or business to business, without having to have any dealings with banks. And dealing with banks is getting more and more ridiculous and difficult. They want to know where you got your money, where you're sending your money, what you're doing with your money. It's your money. You should be able to do what you want to do with your money. And you can do that with cryptocurrency. So there's many reasons, I guess, why we like cryptocurrency. You can send it 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can do it during the night, during the day, weekends. Try sending fiat currency at the weekend. It just doesn't happen. So there are so many advantages to cryptocurrencies. And in fact, of course, then there is the potential we have to make money from cryptocurrency if you know how to go about it. And one of the things I want to cover in this video is I believe a lot of people now are missing where the biggest opportunities are to make money within cryptocurrency and have some stability while doing that. Because there are naysayers out there when talking about cryptocurrency, and they have a few gripes to pick with cryptocurrency, and one of them would be, well, where can I spend my cryptocurrency? If I've got it, what can I do with it? Well, more and more cryptocurrencies now have cards backed by MasterCard or Visa or wherever. They can use those cards right throughout the world, in 20, 30, 40 million different outlets around across the world, and actually spend their cryptocurrency, but the receiver receives the currency of their own country. So it's getting more and more viable now to hold cryptocurrency and be able to spend it as you would spend fiat currency. Another thing people would talk about, and in fact many cryptocurrencies have talked about, banking the unbanked. It's a very common thing to throw out there. But when it comes to the actual realities of doing it, can they do that? Because any of the cryptocurrencies I have seen to date are relying on the user having a smartphone, having internet access, and having some way of converting their fiat currency into the cryptocurrency in the first place. And that's a major issue because of the 2, maybe 3 billion people that are unbanked around the world. In most cases, they don't have a bank account. So how do they convert their fiat currency? How do they move it to an exchange and convert it? It's a huge block. Second one is quite a lot of these unbanked people do not have internet access. And thirdly, quite a lot of them don't have a smartphone. So is that truly banking the unbanked? How about if I told you there's a way and there's a cryptocurrency out there that will actually allow people go into an agent, a bit like topping up a pay-as-you-go phone, and actually handing in cash, having the cryptocurrency put onto your phone with a code, and then using that phone, not necessarily a smartphone, any phone, and be able to text message your money across the world. Wouldn't that be interesting? Would that be truly banking the unbanked? They can convert their fiat currency. They can send it via text, therefore don't need Wi-Fi, and therefore do not need a smartphone. In most of these countries that are unbanked, you can get a phone for a few euros. So suddenly now you are actually truly banking the unbanked. This is a video I will be doing very shortly on this cryptocurrency because it's truly game changing and you should be aware of it. And currently, this company is selling for absolute peanuts, as in the price of the coin. And that's just one aspect of what this company is doing. So there's some really, really interesting projects out there, some that you can get involved in from the point of view of investing in the coin and looking for that increase in value. But there are other ways. Another big issue that the naysayers would have for cryptocurrency is it's too volatile. I can't use it for my business. I can't use it in general. Why would I buy Bitcoin as an example or other cryptocurrencies, hold that with the intention of spending it, and maybe it's worth 20% less tomorrow? And that's possible. It does happen within cryptocurrencies. Of course, it may have gone up in value too, but the point is they don't want to take that risk. And that's very understandable. So volatility can be a real problem for cryptocurrencies and has been. But, of course, there are people out there who like that volatility, people who are traders and so on, people who are trying to buy into a cryptocurrency in the hope it's going to go up. And that's okay for the people that are doing that for those reasons. But for people who want to possibly get involved in cryptocurrency, they don't want to see the potential fall in value in what they're holding, something that, they might buy €1,000 worth of Ethereum or Bitcoin or whichever, with the idea of spending that over time, and then maybe it loses value over that time too. And so enter stage right, stablecoin. They are looking for something that's more stable. And the stablecoin answers a few things. Number one, obviously, it brings stability. A stablecoin is a coin that they tend to be backed by collateral. There are other ones that are worked through an algorithm. There's a few various ones out there. One of the probably best known stablecoins out there is Tether. Tether USD is pegged to the dollar. And so at any point in time, Tether should always be worth $1. So you could buy €1,000 worth of Tether today, and in a week's time, a month's time, a year's time, you should be able to sell that amount of Tether again equally for that $1,000. Tether is the top 3 cryptocurrency in the world. It's the highest traded cryptocurrency in the world, currently doing about 26 billion per day. which is higher than the next highest one, which is Bitcoin, as you would expect, the number one cryptocurrency, which is doing just under 20 billion, also quite a lot. But Tether has had its own issues, as many people have queried or questioned as to whether they truly have the same amount of actual fiat dollars backing up the number of USDT that they have in the market. This has, reduced some of the trust in Tether, and Tether have come out and announced, well, they're not just backing with Tether anymore, they're backing with euros and yen as well. But that question remains. They're not being audited, so it leaves that question mark open there, and unless that cloud of doubt there. Another stablecoin that came to the market was USDC, and they've tried to rectify that situation by having their money in a number of banks around the world. Those banks are being reported on a daily basis as to what they hold, and they get audited once a month, thereby trying to get past that trust issue. They're doing about $415 million per day. So not the same level as USDT, but still enough to be very useful. And then there's other stable coins, such as the likes of DAI, which is it's intrinsically linked with Maker, another cryptocurrency. And they don't have it backed by collateral, but they run an algorithm which helps that coin stay stable. I'll also do a deep dive on that in another video. So I'm going to have a look at those three stable coins over the next few weeks. If there's another stable coin you'd like me to have a look at or would recommend, I'm quite happy to have a look at those too. So stable coins have, I suppose, brought that stability to the market. So for some people that want to come into the cryptocurrency market and hold a currency that's stable, well, obviously that answers those questions. The other big thing that has changed in the cryptocurrency market is it gives that bedrock or that platform for companies and coin projects out there to create some financial tools that we can use that we couldn't really put on the top of the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the other cryptocurrencies that can be so volatile. So we have what is probably the buzzword of 2020, and that's the DeFi, which stands for, it's a short acronym for just decentralized finance. So what's decentralized finance? It's where you have financial tools that you can use and have them in a decentralized way, i.e. you don't have to have banks involved. And of course, that's the overall concept of where cryptocurrencies come from, that we can do these things peer-to-peer. So instead of you depositing your fiat, for example, into a bank account and receiving almost no interest, sometimes even negative interest, with decentralized finance, there's quite a few projects out there now where you can actually put your collateral, your cryptocurrency collateral with them, whether it be Ethereum, sometimes it could be USDT, but you can take that and actually lend it or deposit it to the bank. The bank, it's not a bank, sorry, but to the cryptocurrency structures that are in place in this decentralized finance. And so there's many, many opportunities now within the cryptocurrency space where you can make money by either depositing, if you like, but in crypto world, they tend to call it staking. So where you give your collateral, let's just say for argument's sake, you give $15,000 worth of Ethereum. You can put that in there and receive an interest back from that platform for giving your collateral there for them to use. An alternative use you can do is give that 15,000 euros of Ethereum to the likes of DAI and Maker, and they will in turn offer you a loan at about, if you put in 15,000 worth of Ethereum, you could potentially borrow $10,000 worth of DAI. Why would you do that? Well, maybe you believe in Ethereum long term, you need some money. You don't want to sell your Ethereum. So you give that as collateral to borrow money in DAI, another cryptocurrency, and then you can use that money to go off and do something else. Of course, you need to repay that, but I'll go into the details on that in another video. So the stable coins have created this platform now that allows people to put their funds into cryptocurrency, know that it's stable, and then use that stable currency to either stake and make money by doing that, or borrow against it and make money from that cryptocurrency. So there's many things you can do. So if you take the comparison, for example, of someone with, say, $50,000, and they lodge that into a bank account and they get little or no interest on that, maybe even negative interest, versus taking that $50,000 and buying a stable coin, let's just say, for example, Tether, using that $50,000 worth of Tether and put it into one of these projects where they can potentially make 2%, 3%, 4% a month, and in some cases far more. There's a few projects out there that I've seen that are consistently giving 12%, 15% per month. This is incredible returns, but that's what's possible within the crypto space. And I will be covering those companies on here too. So there's a lot of exciting projects out there, whether it's with stable coins and what you can do with those, with cryptocurrency projects that are out there. There's many ways in which you can, do really well within the cryptocurrency space. Another thing I want to touch on here is with regards to stable coins. So I've spoke about 2017 being the year of the ICO, and 2018 probably being the big bear market following that all-time highs. 2019 was when stable coins really came to the fore, and I guess 2020 has been all about DeFi, the decentralized finance. But there's one other concept that I think is going to really hit the market really strongly, and that's the evolution of the stable coin. And what do I mean by that? Well, a stable coin by its nature stays at the exact same price over the long period of time. Its goal is to stay at that price ongoing, and they work very hard to make that happen. But what if there was a stable coin out there that remains stable but grew every so often, step by step, in a systematic manner? Would that be something that would be interesting? Well, I think so. And believe it or not, there is such a coin. And I'm going to be covering that particular coin in my next video. So it's a coin that it's a stable coin from the point of view of the price should never go down. It's backed by gold mines, silver mines, and other precious metal mines. The mines themselves, the refineries, everything that's attached to that, the land, and what they're going to do with this particular coin and what it backs it is, as they produce more of the gold from the mines, the silvers and the other precious metals, as they make money, they're going to reinvest that into opening more mines and buying more mineral-rich lands, which in turn will increase the overall value. And if you've got a steady, which you will have, number of coins, well then obviously the value of the coin must rise. So this to me is a growth coin. It's the first of its kind, and I will be speaking to you about that in the next video. So there's so much interesting stuff to cover. I'm really looking forward to doing it over the next few weeks. And it's not just going to be straight up cryptocurrency. We all here are aware of YouTube, Zoom, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. Imagine if I told you that there was going to be one company that will replace all of those. You will be able to use the equivalent to all of those in one platform that is not going to be censored. And it's very obvious to see now, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter are absolutely being censored. If they don't like what's being said, it's taken down. Well, where's the freedom of speech in that? Well, there's a company coming very soon to be launched, that is going to cover all of those aspects, that you'll be able to do them all in one platform, uncensored, and the people that create the content are going to be really well rewarded, instead of all the money going to the shareholders of Facebook and Twitter and so on. So there's some extremely exciting projects out there, all with an underlying cryptocurrency element to them. And I really look forward to showing you the projects I have seen, the ones where I think you can do extremely well from, and I look forward to doing that for you. If you like the idea of this content, please hit the subscribe button. It would be much appreciated. And click on the bell so that every time there's a new video, you'll see straight away. So with that, I'd like to say thanks very much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you found it some way useful. You've got an idea of where I'm going to go with this, and I appreciate your support. I'm Vivian, by the way. Talk to you soon.